a dedicated volunteer firefighter is an admirable thing. But being a dedicated volunteer firefighter for 50 years? Now that's a whole different kind of amazing. Wayne Austen is just that kind of amazing. Wayne has filled every position in the Canby Fire District volunteer program and is currently the division chief of the volunteers. So how did this journey all begin?
The way I got involved was a good friend of mine way back had asked me if I wanted to join the fire department. And at that particular time, I was working in a shop that was about a half a block from the fire station. So, of course, over the years, I'd seen the fire trucks going out and coming back. And when he asked me if I wanted to join, I thought, yeah, why not? It sounds like a really good way to, give back to the community.
Giving back to the community is exactly what Wayne has done in a very big way. As a volunteer responding to incidents as well as managing the volunteers, Wayne clocks in about 45 hours per week. From the very beginning, Wayne understood what it meant to be committed to the fire district operation.
It was very important to have volunteers because that's all we had was volunteers. You needed to be there or the rigs didn't go out. Unlike now, 50 years later, we have a crew here and they go out immediately and the volunteers come down.
If you are wondering what it takes to have that level of commitment for that length of time, his answer may surprise you.
Back when I first started, it was really important. You had to make a big decision if you're going to do this, you were going to do it and that you were going to come down. It was just kind of what you did 50 years ago. Being that it was all volunteer at the first, it was just like a big family that when you joined it, you joined that family. And so the kids came along, the wife came along because she was part of the fire department also in the ladies auxiliary. They did the cooking when we had the fires and they were ready to do whatever they needed to do to, support the husbands or the boyfriends or whatever.
Wayne also started and continues to manage a very active rehab program for the district.
The people that we have in the rehab program at this point happen to be, they used to be volunteers and they couldn't keep up with the volunteer part, but they could be a part of the rehab, which of course they get called up every now and then when we have a big fire. We have 5 or 6 of them, and they do just an excellent job. When we get out on a big fire or when our neighboring districts get out on a big fire and they need rehab folks, our rehab team to come out, a lot of times our bunch will get called out and they take the rig and out they go, and they do a fantastic job of doing what the rehab people do.
Wayne understands that the challenges today on a 2-income family, packed with extracurricular activities, make it exceedingly difficult for individuals to carve out time for volunteer service. But it still boils down to prioritizing the time to give back to your community.
We spend a lot of time talking to them about somebody that wants to be a volunteer, letting them know how much time is involved in all this. And it really is tough to get volunteers because a lot of people don't realize, all the time that's involved in it. We have extensive training to start off with. That takes a lot of time, and we have, we need them to come down to alarms, which is, we have alarms all day. And so it makes it really tough. It makes it really tough on them, but if somebody wants to be a volunteer, it's a great way to be part of your community and to help your community out when they're in need.
Perhaps, if there is a secret to Wayne's longevity in volunteer service, it would be his perspective on the value in volunteering.
This has been what I've done. I haven't been in 5 or 6 other organizations trying to spread my time out, with everybody. This has been my focus. I enjoy doing this. It's just been part of my life for, so long. I don't know what I would do if I wasn't doing this.